Hello everyone, my name is Samuel Andrade. I'm a first year at Brown University, and first and foremost I just want to thank No Empty Seats for letting me come on here and talk on this podcast. The first time I saw the podcast I thought it was pretty cool, so it's great that I get to be on here and just share my opinions. It's a bit cold out here. It's around 40 degrees. Should probably start wearing a jacket again. But I guess what I want to get into has to do with how my semester has gone so far. So I'm first year, it's my first semester of college, first time being away from home and experiencing life without the support I've had for the past 18 years of my life. And safe to say it's been a bit challenging. I can't lie. I feel like it must be challenging for everyone. I don't know if everyone presents that way, but college is a big change, so it's bound to have its challenges. And I guess the main thing I want to share kind of has to do with what I felt regarding sort of my identity and how it's been changing ever since I got into Brown University. And I know Mikey talked about in his college episode more about how his identity was tied to Brown University and the prestige of the college and more grades. I feel like I may not be exactly like that, but I think in high school I did a lot of activities that weren't necessarily pertaining to my interests and my passions. I feel like a lot of the stuff I did had to do not with college, but stuff my friends did or stuff I thought would look good. And it was fun when I was in high school, but now that I got here, it's like, what do I do now? I mean, there's so many clubs and so many things to do, but for the past 4 years of my life, I've kind of been chasing other things and been spending time in things that I might not have the biggest passion for, and it's been rough, because another part was how a lot of my identity was based around sports. I played 3 sports, one for each year, and that would be a big part of my time. I did cross-country, wrestling, and track, and every day after school we compete on the weekends, and that was a big part of my identity. And now there are club sports, but it's not the same structure, and nothing is really the same as it was in high school, which makes sense, but it has led me to rethinking my identity as a whole. And I've been trying to branch out into other things. I'm grateful for the opportunities I've had. No Empty Seats is a big example, but there's been kind of lingering sense that has to do with my identity and everything I've experienced so far, because of how different everything has felt. It makes me feel like, am I doing something wrong? Is there something else I should be doing? Am I taking the right path? Because I feel like in high school, one of the main goals is to get into a college, to get into a good university that will provide opportunities such as Brown. But now that you're here, of course, things have changed, and just it's making me wonder, as I said before, am I doing the right thing? Mainly, what should I be doing? And it's not a question that anybody else can answer for you. You have to be the one to answer it yourself. But obviously, it's not an easy question to, break down at the end of the day. And for me, especially since a lot of the things I had to do, or that I did in high school, were more socially based, like sports and clubs. I feel like now I'm just working on, I have my interests. I've joined clubs that for research and I've checked out some other club sports and joined some creative clubs. But obviously, it's a big transition, and at times it makes you wonder, if you're doing the right thing or not. But what I would like to say regarding that is, even though it may be challenging right now for me, I feel like that's most likely the point. We're never gonna know if we're on like the right path. I'm definitely not gonna know. I hope that as I spend more time in Brown, I'll get a better sense of what I want to do and who I want to become. But nothing is for certain. And I feel like this whole question of am I doing something wrong, or what should I be doing, is fundamentally, one, harmful to your mental state, but also just completely useless. I feel like, especially at Brown, where there's an open curriculum and you can explore many different things, we should be encouraged to, explore our interests and branch out. But maybe more so at Brown, just because of this emphasis on exploration, it makes things a whole lot more challenging, And another thing is, with comparison, it may seem like everyone's got things figured out, but I may not. That's definitely not the case. And I feel like everyone's just trying to figure out what they want to do, how they want to approach things, just like me, and just like the first years before me and the upperclassmen. Everyone's just trying to figure out where they are in the world, as we should. And kind of just wanted to share a bit of my story because, I always expected that, first semester would be challenging, being away from home, having all these new experiences. And I can say that I've definitely lived a lifetime in these past 2.5 months, I'd say. It's felt like a while, and it has been a while. But at the end of the day, I'm grateful. I've been able to have these experiences, whether bad or good, because I've learned a lot, and I'm continuing to learn. And I think talking like this, being able to just get a sense of where you are is important, because another thing that I've kind of had to learn how to do, or like relearn, is, like not coping mechanisms, but just like how to distress, how to relax, because everything's just different, socially, academically, physically. You're in a different place, living with someone else. And even now, I'm still walking around campus sometimes, and like I just get the sense that I'm like at a summer camp or something. Like it should have already, but it hasn't truly sunk in that I'm living here, that this is like fully gonna be my life for the next 4 years probably. But obviously that's just something that comes with transitioning to a new place and trying to get accustomed to a new lifestyle. But I guess I just want to come on here and say that I'm grateful that I've had the opportunity to go through the experiences that I have gone through learning experiences, academically, socially. Had to learn how to organize my time, organize my schedule. My sleep schedule may not be the best right now. I'm trying to work on that at the moment. But mainly, every time that the question comes up to me, am I doing something wrong? I just want to try to not focus so much on, a set goal, a set path that we should be on, and just try to take in all the experiences that I can to the best of my ability, not try to focus too much on the future or compare myself to others. And just talking about it honestly makes things a lot better. And once again, I want to thank Mikey for letting me come on here and just share my opinions on this topic. Thank you very much, and thank you for listening.